everyone. Wanted to bring some clarity to this beauty, the attendance count sheet. Just want to go over things that I've typed out before, so maybe this will bring a little more clarity since it's visual and I'm talking. So just want to let you know that host team, we are owning this because we own the weekend and everything that happens in this building, and we get to influence and impact every single person who pulls in our parking lot and walks in our doors, and so that's why we are owning this. And so here's how this is going to look. You'll see that there are a few numbers on here that we need to collect every experience. I want to stop right here and just give you a little bit of the why behind why we do this. Just so that you know, we count every experience, not so that we can be focused on numbers or brag about numbers or anything like that, but it actually gives us really good data to see how our building is functioning. By this, we can see how many people are coming through Life Kids, how many volunteers we have, how many times our seats are being used, things like this. And so that's why it's really important that this gets done every experience in a timely manner, but also gets done accurately. So we're going to walk through this really quick. The first number up here is experience room. This is how many butts are in the seats in the auditorium. And as you can see here, it says that includes all children and babies. So if they're in there, they get counted in this. The next one is staff, band, tech, and officers. Now this is a stationary number that you don't have to worry about because it gets put in for you. Now, lobby, office, and cafe. This is, again, because we want to see how our building is being used. So we can start to see trends. Are we having a ton of people in the lobby during the message, or a ton of people hanging out in the cafe, things like that. We just want to be able to be aware of what's happening in our building. So we go around and check how many people are there. Next, the next two have to do with Life Kids. That's total kids in Life Kids and the total Life Kids volunteers. We'll come back to that. And then finally, total host team volunteers. Now, here's how we obtain these numbers. Host team, at 30 minutes into your experience, so just for math's sake, let's say you're serving at the 4 o'clock, so at 4:30, you would go and collect the following numbers. You count the auditorium, you would go check the lobby, cafe, and the office, and then also you would look on your check-in sheet for host team to see how many people are highlighted. That's how many host team volunteers there are. Now here's why we wait until 30 minutes in. People show up late. You know it. I know it. People show up late, and we want to make sure that, again, we get an accurate idea of where people are at what time during the experience. So 30 minutes in is when to go get those numbers. Now 40 minutes in, so you got about 10 minutes to get those numbers. At 40 minutes in, then we go get these two from Life Kids. Now I'm going to put a picture up here. I put this in GroupMe, but here's a photo again of where to obtain those. This is on the wall in the Life Kids distribution area, which is where Life Kids volunteers check in over by the bathrooms. This is in there on the wall, and that team by 40 minutes in will have written these numbers in there for you. They will have written total Life Kids, which is the number of kids in Life Kids, and they will have also written two numbers. One will say adult volunteers and one will say student volunteers. We're going to add those together to just simply be Life Kids volunteers. They need those separate for Life Kids purposes. We don't need them separate for our purposes. We just need to know how many total volunteers they have. Same for host team. We add our students and adults together, just all the host team volunteers that are highlighted on your sheet. That's how we get that. So again, 30 minutes in, we are getting experience room, lobby, office, cafe, and host team volunteers. 40 minutes in, we are getting Life Kids and Life Kids volunteers. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you for leading strong through this. You guys are awesome.